Hey guys, welcome to another video brought to you by Total Control Traders. As mentioned before, in today's video, we're going to be going through all of the Dow tickers, which is consisted of 65 tickers, I believe. Let's take a look. 65, yeah. So today's video, we're going to try to do it in an hour, roughly under an hour, ideally. So let's get right into it without any delay. First one. RBLX, Roblox. What an amazing bounce so far from the IPO low. And from here, we saw follow through on Thursday with decreasing bear volume. So I'm keeping a close eye on this. In today's video, I'm going to do something a little bit different. So instead of drawing out key zones, I'm just going to look for patterns and see if there's anything interesting from there versus drawing out patterns as before, versus drawing out key zones as before, because key zones I find it's things that take the most time. All right, so we're coming up to a GP. You can watch for a reaction around there. Excuse me. We can see previous resistance from around that area as well. Just gonna draw a line here. You can see 1, 2 rejection, 3, 4. So right around that 72.50 zone. RBLX, keeping the watch on it. I am quite interested in this ticker. Cathy Wood's been buying it. ARK's been buying it. So let's take a look. Next is BA. Bowen. I can never pronounce this name right. All right, so Friday we saw a lack of follow through. Not too much bear volume. There's no divergences. Not seeing anything interesting. 1, 2. There's a potential for, if we were to get another leg up, there's a potential for a head and shoulders pattern forming. So let's see. Oh, wrong way. Head and oh, nope, that didn't work. Shoulders. So let's see if we get that follow through on Monday. It's not going to be too much of a follow through, even with the head and shoulders, it seems. It might just be a slow bleed, considering how this move was. So BA, not too interested. Next is Facebook. What an amazing back test. Holy, look at this. All right, so we had a long-term wedge, long-term sideways action since July 2020, and we finally broke out over this. So I will be watching this, and again, I put it onto the top watch on Facebook. We saw a back test, a perfect back test of this wedge upper trend line. Gonna need to see follow through coming into Monday. Given how the market is looking, I would expect that Facebook get some sort of follow through. Would be looking at it. Personally, I don't have a Facebook account, so I might be hesitant on picking up a position. But let's see what the technical analysis tells us. We are trading over that 88. Chart looks nice. All right, next is TLRY. Still holding that key support, 21.58. Must hold. Still trading under that 88. Seeing resistance from it still. And Monday, Tuesday. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, we should be able to determine the direction. So whether it's gonna curl from here and start seeing upside, breaking over that 88, or we're just gonna bleed down a complete loss of this support, 21.58. If we close under, I would expect further follow through on TLRY, and I believe APHA is similar story. A little bit different, looks a little bit stronger. So we did backtest the upper trend line of the previous descending channel, holding that GP still. Similar idea though, we're gonna need to see a curl relatively soon, Monday, Tuesday. This might take into Wednesday instead, but similar idea. APHA. Next is ABNB, Airbnb. Let's see. Oh, nice hold. I like where the chart is at for Airbnb. I like it. We did negate the inverse head and shoulders pattern based on this wick, but if you were to look on the real body, let's see, no, still negated. All right, so no inverse head and shoulders pattern, but we are still holding this key zone that I had marked. Previous GP hold and now holding that GP again. We want to see a reversal very soon from here. Monday, Tuesday, market was green on Monday, so given that Airbnb is relatively weak, gonna need to see that reversal confirmation Monday. Next is skills. I am kind of interested in Airbnb. Skills is breaking down. Ooh, this was a reversal candle. It tricked me. It got me. You know, I had a entry. I can't remember where it was. Yeah, anyways, it was a small loss entry. I had a it was right around here actually. The hold, and then I was looking for a more confirmation the next day, but then it sort of stopped me out the day after. But regardless, we can get in now even cheaper. So, but this is a bearish engulfing candlestick with decent bear volume still. Don't really see any bottom from here. I'm pretty sure that's the GP. Oh. Okay. Somehow it was a bit off. Where's this one from? It's from the 1050. Interesting. Okay. I don't know where the bottom looks like it's gonna be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The bottom should be in soon. Oh, 1-to-1 extension target. Oh, there we go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 extension target. This leg down, we held the GP, never went to the 1-to-1 extension target. Actually, very interesting skills now actually. So I was looking at this drop to coming down further to the 1-to-1 extension target, but we decided to bounce from the GP, and then now we are at the 1-to-1. The extension, that makes sense. Comfortable. Very comfortable having an entry here. We can see previous support right around that area. You see this? Nope. Right around. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so not really rejection. Support, multiple supports, and then support backtest again before the breakout. Love the price action around 1775. Yeah, missed it on Friday, but let's see what Monday does. Monday, if we get a gap down into that, getting an oversold condition. We are already in the oversold condition. It's a little bit extended from the 88 from here. If we gap down, definitely will be in. Loving what scale looks like. Score. We're still going to look at the Canadian side of this instead because the US doesn't have too much data. So messy chart. I don't like this line. Inverse head and shoulder pattern still in play. We're going to need to hold that GP coming up relatively soon, which coincides in confluence with that key zone. Monday, Tuesday, bear volume is not there. Love what the chart is doing. We'll be looking at, in addition, upon the sign of curl from here. A sign of curl, this inverse head and shoulders, we are looking up very decently in the sense that, let's see, from the high to the low, I would expect at least a GP. Gap fill coming up. Not coming up. Gap fill would be around 45.50. That would be my ultimate price target. First one is going to be that 0.382 where we saw the previous rejection from 36.30 roughly. And next is PYR. Okay, chart doesn't look great. I don't like what the chart is doing. So PYR, we saw support from this first trend line. Bounce from the second trend line, quick, and then head and shoulders. So I would expect further follow through. Head and shoulders, neckline, doesn't matter which neckline you're looking at now, whether it's the rear body or the neck, both broken bear. Now I would be looking at previous high, okay. So it would be in between these two zones, whether it's that trend line or we come to the trend line and then wick to this previous high 484. Would expect further downside similar to FSR, what happened to FSR week or 2 weeks ago when I called out the head and shoulders pattern. Looking for that confirmation. All right, next one is MO. Ooh, MO. I think MO is part of the Dow. MO, come on, MO is not. Okay, so MO, let's see. All trend lines broken now. We still need a daily higher low. So we got one, somewhat got one. This chart is strong. Bull volume is strong. Jeez. I'm trying to be patient on this one. We can see a break of this previous long-term channel. Okay, we finally broke the upper trend line of the channel, and then came back, lost it again, and then broke it again, and then back tested before we actually went. This is a strong follow through so far. Keeping, yeah, not gonna be watching this too closely yet, but watch for that daily higher low. MO looks very nice for further continuation. It's been in consolidation since what? June 2017. Oh, June 2017. Wow. This thing is ready to go. Holy, 30 bucks. I don't like this. It's a slow mover. But yeah, watch for that 80 higher low if you're not in yet. This should be a little bit more significant of a higher low, something more like around the 0.5 back test of this key zone. All right, next is MSOS. Ooh, we saved that trend line, or we saved that neckline. Head and shoulder, very clear head and shoulders pattern. No, we haven't formally saved it yet, because Friday is still bearish. Little bit less of a bearish volume, which is good. No divergences. There is still the chance for head and shoulders on MSOs. Gap right underneath. Most ideal first entry is 38.35, so it's still there. And then following that, the most ideal entry would be right around that GP, around 33.50. Be patient on this one. I'm looking at it every now and then. Next is TSM. Kathy's been selling a lot of TSM, and I believe she might be done. So ARK might be done selling this, because I saw quite a bit of selling on this, and we saw some bounce. Actually, this is more than the bounce now. We are trading over the daily 8, decreasing bull volume. Now the key is to see where it's going to go to. So we dropped, how much is this? So we've dropped 24%. That's not very significant. Okay, 24%, meaning we're gonna need 50% to make it back now. Okay, no, I was wrong. That's weird. 24%. I need 31% to make it back now. And my keyboard stopped working. There we go. Okay. So from here, where are we bouncing from? No significant area except this previous high. Wouldn't even touch it actually. 1784, 5 cents off. Yeah, still not very interested in this chart yet. 0.5. Okay, so it's around the 0.5. So chart is still relatively strong. What are these? This one can be moved back. All right, so we did bounce from 0.5 and previous high. Got decent follow through. The chart actually looks okay for shorter term play. This daily bear divergence has really played out, and now we're seeing a reversal. There's a slight daily bull divergence. Very slight. So don't imagine this move to be too much. Let's see, GP will make sense. You can see previous rejections, got over, became support, got under, rejections, got over, support. Yeah, so TSM, not too interested, but there is upside I would anticipate upside to come. Now the PLTR, I think we covered this in yesterday's video. Make sure you check it out if you haven't seen it already, as I discussed both bulls and bear thesis and what my perception of where the market is going next week, the week after, in yesterday's video. All right, and next is AAPL. Bull flag is now broken on the weekly, is still a bull flag. We did wick from that weekly 8. So let's delete this. So we did wick from that weekly 8. Most recent move, we broke under the 0.382. The whole move wise, there's still decent downside to come. Earnings April 29th. I will give it more time. AAL. We're still trading under that 88. So yeah. Next is XOM. XOM. XOM daily bear divergence has now played out. And oh, nice strong daily bull divergence now actually. Oh no, I forgot where it's drawn to. Okay, real body there. It's gonna be right around here. So we did lose the lower, or did we? You can't really. That's actually a more clear lower trend line of the channel now. There we go. Because I was having trouble with this one because this one broke under. Now with this one, it makes complete sense of this channel now. Watch this channel going forward. We had multiple touches on the upper side, a breakout fake out followed by a bear divergence, and then now a double touches on the lower trend line. So from here, bullish is coming in. There is a bull divergence that has formed following this bear divergence. That's gonna be hard to see, eh? So let's draw here instead. So bull divergence. I would expect further upside to come, at least another test of this upper trend line. But XOM is looking strong while oil is looking weak from what I remember. Yeah, oil is looking weak. XOM is looking strong. Next is IPO. IPO. We are holding that GP again. Oh, that's very nice. So IPO broke under the channel. B, C. I don't imagine. So based on the pattern, see, 1, 2, huge leg 3, 4, 5, A, B. I imagine there is further downside to come on IPO. We're gonna have to watch where this bounce goes to. If we get to the, let's see where it lines up with. If we don't break this key zone, yeah, wouldn't even think about going bullish. Key zone lines up with the GP, and then it's with a 0.382 of this whole drop right above it. Unless we get over that, not really gonna have much bull confidence here. Next is M. Macy's. Oh, we got that back test. Since 2015, it has been on a crazy drop. Crazy consolidation. Got into the lows of 2008. Wow, that was amazing actually. Got into the lows of 2008. 507. Come on, give me. I can't get it. Okay. All right. So we got into the lows, and then we're seeing a bounce from there. We got over the trend line that has been key resistance, and now we have back tested it. But daily looks like we're rejecting from that 88 still. Lack of follow through, a little bit of a red flag. Breakout, fake out, breakout, back test. Not too much bear volume. I would imagine Monday, Tuesday, we're going to need to see follow through instead of breaking down under this trend line again. Upon that follow through, there should be lots of upside to come. I'm kind of interested in this chart. Next is PENN. And we got some bullish action. Was it on news? No, not that I remember. Anyway, so there's a little bit of a bounce on the 25th, Friday. Was 25th not Friday? No, 26th is Friday. Okay. So we got a little bit of a bounce on Thursday, and then we got more rejections. So essentially, we lost that key zone 1 candle. Not seeing any other trend lines. Chart still looks bearish to me. we could see a bounce from here. So this is a let's see, this is 1, 2, yeah, that makes sense, 3, 4, 5, something like that. And then A, regardless, this is only A, so we can see a bounce before a C. PENN, not too interested. DKNG is next, still in that channel, long-term channel. So we broke out, breakout, fake out. Is there a better way to draw this? Somewhat, eh? You can see that there's a trend line there. I like the bottom of this channel. I don't really like the top of all these fake outs here. So be careful on DKNG. Oh, hey, I remember. This is exactly why I didn't want to play bullish on DKNG. Remember how we broke out into new all-time high and we saw a, I called out the rejection on the 1-to-1 extension. Then we saw a huge rejection from there, and that was a red flag to me. But we did see exactly where we wanted to bounce from for a bull play, and that is a huge wick on this lower channel of the lower trend line of the channel. And we saw a huge wick going into new all-time high. During that time, on this candle, I said I wouldn't play this bullish action just because of the previous fake out, breakout fake out, even though that this bounce looks nice. So we did make a new all-time high, but it was another breakout fake out, came back, and then another breakout fake out. So DKNG, since we last reviewed from the 1-to-1 extension as well as a bounce and calling out that it's going to make a new all-time high and potentially a breakout fake out, it did end up being that way. And now this is a basically near a double top. I would expect further bear action to come, but it looks like this could be a back test. We are losing a little bit though. So DKNG is a little bit interesting. Would use it for more so case study. Wouldn't really want to trade this ticker. So let's see, how does that show up on you guys's? Okay, shows up better because this one is so skinny. It's might be a little bit harder for you guys to see. All right, so let's see. You know, if this holds coming Monday, Tuesday, we're gonna need to see a reversal from here. It is nice lower wicks that we were seeing so far. Still a little bit of a red flag considering how big that lower wick is and market being relatively strong. Yeah, gonna review it as case studies, but wouldn't touch it personally. Next is GME. All right, so 40 minutes ago, let's try to speed this up a little bit. GME still stuck in between those two zones. Previous supports that we're looking at, we broke down and a huge buy up on Thursday. Not too much action on Friday. I'm not seeing too much of a pattern aside from a potential. Oh, wrong way. Potential wedge. Let's see if this works out. Somewhere around there. Yeah, so potential wedge, watch for this pattern. If this is the bottom, if that is the bottom, there's potential for another. So it looks like there might be actually another inner wedge that might be forming right now. More aggressive. Watch for a break somewhere on either of these inner trend lines, and then watch for the reaction on these outer trend lines. Next is AMC. I think it's similar. Yeah, it's more. It's definitely stronger. I think I see a trend line here. Nope, doesn't work. Okay. Well, let's see how this works then. Doesn't work either. No clear pattern on AMC that I can see. Potential for a head and shoulders pattern with neckline being right here. That must hold. This is now the must hold trend line. If we break down under this trend line, we'll be looking at backtest of this key zone again. Okay, next is KOSS. Not a whole lot happening here. 22. What is this? 25. Why is this one gray? Make it white. Okay, so 25. We're coming back up. Oh, we did come back up and we're losing it. No clear pattern. Backtest to the key zone. Not strong whatsoever. Next is TDOC. Not a nice fault. I'm seeing big red flag on TDOC now. Let's clear clear the chart up a little bit. So we're looking at this 203 previous high rejection. You can see another rejection, support. So those 203.85 is clearly a key zone, a key price to watch for. On the bounce of this, last time we reviewed it was daily bull divergence, and we wanted to see. I think the last time I reviewed was somewhere around here. I mentioned that we're gonna need to see a follow through and break over this 203.85. Failure to do so, we will see further downside, and we are seeing further downside from here now. There is, however, another daily bull divergence that's a lot more stronger from here, because time frame wise, this I would consider this a lot weaker. Well, depends how you look at it. I don't like, this is not too clear, to be honest, because of how long it's been. November, it's like 5 months. I don't know. It's more so you should be looking at like a weekly divergence if it's that kind of time frame. But I couldn't find it on the weekly, so that's why I didn't like it. But now there is a very clear daily bull divergence. We're going to need to see follow through from here. First, breaking over this top of key zone, we can see previous supports already, and also from there, we're gonna need to break over this trend line as well as the daily 8. So lots of resistance ahead. We are seeing lower wicks forming. Let me add it to the. I like what the chart's doing. There's lots of upside potential to this chart. Even to the 0.382, we're looking at 225. So from here, let's say 27% upside. To the next key zone, that's about 28, almost 30%. I like what the chart's doing. TDOC, yeah. PSTH, seeing a bounce. ABC. ABC has potentially played out. We did essentially hold that bottom key zone that must hold. I don't know why. Would it make more sense here? It would make more sense there. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, rejection, support, rejection, support. Yeah, this makes a lot more sense. Okay, so we essentially held that key zone. What is there? So many zones here. This one somewhat matters. So it looks like all these key zones are still in play. Now we're gonna need to see follow through on this confirmation of low. Sorry guys, bear with me. Let me just correct this. I'm gonna try to correct them as I go, because there's so many charts with zones drawn on them, and I just don't feel like redrawing them. They are right. Let's see. Hold of this. Follow through. So far, I would call this a lack of follow through. Slight daily bull divergence. Would expect further upside. From here, let's take a look. Can drag this out now into somewhere there. 0.382. Nothing lines up. I don't like it. Nothing lines up, but would expect, if we were to see follow through Monday, Tuesday, I would expect the first target of $27 roughly. Next is PTON. Ooh, neck inverse head and shoulders pattern has broken. Yeah, I would consider this broken now. Because you can clearly see a move that got shut down. And we lost the GP now on one candle. So we lost the GP on one candle now. Red flag. Messy chart too. This one, don't care. This one-to-one extension rejection was huge. Double top, bear divergence, clear exit here, reversal candle. I don't know how else it can be more clear. One-to-one, bear divergence. But yeah. So let's see. From here, 0.382. No, chart still remains weak. Doesn't matter how I look at it. Even the bounces are weak. There is a bull divergence that's formed now. You're gonna need to see follow through Monday, Tuesday, breaking over that 88. Use that 88 as your guide for now. So that's the first target. This is the ultimate. Okay. Next is went over KOSS, CCIV. Been a while since we looked at CCIV, I think. What a messy chart. This does not apply anymore. We did reject from it. This one, we did see rejection from it as well. Previous support. So from here, I'm not seeing too much clear trend lines or patterns. This is the only one. This is the last hold before it's down to the lows. This must hold. You can see Thursday they tried saving it. Friday was lack of follow through. So be careful on CCIV. Chart doesn't look to be too interesting for me. Everything is bearish under the 88, under the key zone, right at the bottom of that. No, there's a fish play if you want to play here. Just put your low, put your stop rate under 21, or even give it a little bit more room under 20. Next is QS. Ooh. 30 minutes, we have to go over 60 tickers, eh? Okay, QS back into that key zone again, right at the top of the key zone. Can see previous support, very clear previous support. And now, looks a little bit bearish to me. Bull volume didn't move it too much. Yeah, looks a little bit bearish to me. Wouldn't be touching this chart yet. Gonna want to see. Get some clear direction first. Both bounces have been shut down. Just pinned in between those two zones right now. Speaking of, let's make the zones a bit clear. Easier on the eyes. Easier on the eyes for the audience. Easier on the eyes for me. Alright, so pinned in between these two key zones. Next is VIAC. Actually, I think, yeah, we covered this in yesterday's video. Make sure to check it out. All right, now we finally get onto the Dows. Let's try to speed this up. First one, triple M, 3M. Ooh. Long-term rising wedge. Scary chart. Probably wouldn't be touching it. Oh. It's going to be a bit harder to draw here. Let's see. Rejection. Oh, we might be breaking bull right now. Let's go here. I wonder if this works better. And then, so that was a breakout, fake out. We are breaking bull on it. There's multiple ways you can draw this wedge, but regardless, it's a rising wedge that we are breaking bull over. I like this more. Breakdown, fake out. Can see lots of rejections and supports in here. And now we're breaking out. Chart looks nice. So with a one-to-one extension target, then let's determine where or fib extension. Let's determine where the extension target would be looking at using the most recent. 1-to-1 extension target is coming up. I like what the chart's doing. It's a new all-time highs. Oh, come on. Where's that 55? Oh, no, it's not in new all-time highs. Okay, 1-to-1 extension target coming up. I would anticipate a rejection from right around there. Watch, see if there's... After that, there's going to be a gap, a big gap that's to be filled. So the chart actually looks pretty decent. A huge gap in between somewhere around there to here. So would anticipate a rejection around the 1-to-1 and a back test of this upper trend line of the wedge, rising wedge, before going to fill that gap. Next is AES. Oh, monthly potential for monthly bull flag formation here. A strong monthly bull flag so far. On the daily, there is a rising wedge. Not going to be that good looking of a rising wedge though. Breakout. Yeah, there's breakdown. Nope. Oh. I will be looking at somewhere around there. Monthly bull flag, rising wedge, strong monthly bull flag. Let's see, 24. Okay, so we're already trading over the key resistance. Is there? It's gonna be a lack of resistance over this, all the way up till 45, and then new all-time high at 72. Chart looks pretty good. Bull flag. Watch AES. Watch AES. I like what I'm gonna do a little bit more deeper dive as we on the weekday videos, but AES, I like what it's doing. AOK. We might have to split this video into 2 parts given the time that we have left. So let's push on. Let's push on. Push on to see what we can accomplish. Okay. I do see a key price right around there. You can see previous support, rejection, rejection, support again. It's not too strong of a zone, I would say. But these two are strong rejections. So we are seeing a rejection from the right around there again, 73.65. There's a monthly chart. So let's take a look at the daily. Daily, we're trading under the daily 8 now. Huge bear divergence. Would not be touching this chart until further downside. I want to see further downside, especially if I'm playing first, especially if I'm playing bulls. I would imagine there should be further downside to come. See if there's a bull divergence that corrects it first before entering a chart with daily bear divergence. GP makes sense. You can see this GP just clear support. So let's see if we get a back test. Strong case I would say around the 0.5, which would be right around this previous high. Not a very clear zone, clear support resistance zone though. But let's see a 0.5 reaction around 0.382, 0.5, and then GP would be the most ideal entry. Next is AAL. We discussed that, and yet we did not change this. Did we discuss it? Let's see. Did we discuss it? AAL, rejecting from key zone. You can see clear wicks from it. Right now the chart is weak. ABC, okay. So I would be looking at the GP for ideal entry, which lines up with this previous high around 1863. I like what the chart's doing, but I want to see more downside. Most ideal entry around this GP, which lines up with a key zone around 16 to 17-ish. Next is AEP. So give AAL some time. It does remain on my top watch, but more so longer term wise. AEP is trading very nicely. You can see a clear algo on the daily. Every time we touch a daily 8, bounce daily 8, bounce daily 8, bounce. Okay, so this is a very nice potential of trend. Actually, daily trend has reversed now. We have made a higher high. We're gonna be looking for a higher low for that entry. So we did make it over this previous high already. Gonna look for a, let's see where that tops out at. And we're gonna need to see first where it tops out at to determine the relative strength. GP is coming up. So if we reject from GP here, which would make sense, you can see previous, a lot of key, this one is actually one of the very easy to see key zones. We use, what is that, 88? Okay, let's use 88.29. 88. Oh, well, makes sense. This 11. Yeah. Okay, so around that GP, would expect a rejection from there. Then we're going to have to see where the bounce comes from, the higher low. Watch for the higher low. I probably wouldn't be touching this chart. More so long-term investing style kind of trade, investing style versus a trade. So that's why I wouldn't be touching this. Be a longer term kind of thing. If you were in the longer term over since March 2019, last 2 years, you would have made zero money. And yeah. All right. Next, what is this? AEP. Let's try to finish the A's. Ooh, there's a lot of A's. AXP. I want to say I'm seeing a rising wedge, rising channel. I think we broke bull already. It's not that clear though. Okay, so we are at new all-time high on American Express. Oh, AXP. Okay. I like 138.04. We did back test already, broke down under a little bit. On the daily, we are relatively strong. Both volume aren't really there. No daily bear divergence, no daily bull divergence. So let's see if this works. I don't think it will work. Okay, so we were in the channel before. Broke down, fake out, broke out, breakout, fake out, rejection. Ooh, this has been a nice move so far. Okay, and then bounce seems like it's going from 0.382. We are bouncing from 0.382. Chart looks nice. Can't determine the ideal entry yet though. And we have ran quite a bit since, what is this, October? GP. What makes sense for us to eventually backtest this GP? Okay, that's too low. No. Let's see how this works. Okay, I like that. What makes sense for us to eventually backtest this GP? So be patient on the entry. AMEX looks like it could be a, if you're on the shorter term wise, if you're looking at bounce play, there is room. I would anticipate a new new all-time high, but on the new all-time high there will be a daily bear divergence. So there is short-term play there. Not bad. We'd be looking at 6%, 6 to 7% ish. All right, next is AWK. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we can do it. 4 more, and then we're gonna cut into part 2 after this. AWK. Not seeing a clear pattern. Ooh. Head and shoulders, long term. No, that's not right. Potential for inverse head and shoulders. We're gonna have to see where this bounce comes to. Already broken over the 0.382, so the bounce has been decent so far. We were oversold on the daily. Seems like there might be a RSI resistance trend line. Watch. Is that clear? Yeah, watch for a reaction around here. 0.5 GP. Would make sense if we reject from 0.5. Lots of previous rejections from there. All right, next is AMGN. Actually, AWK. What is that? 140, 130. It's a nice grind up. So it's good. It could potentially be a good time for investing on AWK. Seems like it's a slow but steady grinder. Since March, we topped out nearly 100%. Yeah, chart actually looks okay. AMGN. Remember, we are looking at Dows, so the biggest companies. Majority of them are going to be the biggest companies traded on US, so meaning that a lot of them are going to be slow movers, but there are going to be upside. Just trade. With these kind of tickers, is a lot easier to trade with a trend on the ticker, because when they move, you should see a decent follow through. So AWK should see decent follow through here, but we are coming up to the resistance, major resistance. Next, MGN. I'm not seeing a clear pattern on here. Seem to be just sideways action. I want to say a wedge. Actually, yeah. Not very clear. So this is a bigger wick. Okay. A wedge that's breaking bull. Regardless of how you draw the wedge, you know, the upper trend line is going to be somewhere around there. Lower trend line can be fixed better, but upper trend line is right around there. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rejections before breakout fake out, and now we are actually breaking over it on increasing bull volume. So AMGN looks pretty decent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five resistances along the way before new all-time high, so there is quite a bit of resistances ahead. But see this huge bull volume spike? Something's going on. Potentially news. Last time we had bear volume spike, it didn't happen right after, but we did see big drop after that. So anticipate something similar to that. AMGN would consider playing it. And 2 more, Apple, AAPL. Inverse head and shoulder no longer in play. Daily bull divergence had a weak bounce. Apple not too interesting yet. This is the first key zone to be watching out for, which doesn't look like a key zone from the left hand side of things, but we did see crazy bounces here. So from here at GP, we did hold the GP again. Okay, so they held the must hold zone, never closed under. You didn't need to see follow through Monday, Tuesday, breaking over that 88. Next is ATO. Last but not least, on the part 1 of the videos, we are seeing a big channel, long-term channel. Which one works better? I like this one. Breakdown, fake out. Wick down under. Break out, fake out. Actually, gap open, fake out. Rejections, support. Long-term channel. Watch for reaction at the uptrend line of this channel. If we reject again, would anticipate further price down action, downward price action. Great. So that's it for part 1 of the ticker review videos. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you're looking for that financial freedom and enjoy the content we provide, please consider subscribing to our channel where we provide new videos daily. And remember, the best compliment you can give is by spreading the word about our channel. Also, check out our website and Twitter. Website at totalcontroltraders.com and Twitter at _TCTraders_. We offer a subscription model to our chatting platform where trading ideas are shared, charts are reviewed live, as well as my personal trade callouts with the most recent result of 90% correct. Hope you guys stay safe and be in control. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the part 2 of the ticker reviews with the recap.